Hey, everybody, it's the coach, and this is Monday Night Football on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll get a chance to see Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings as they square off with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. I'll be back at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from Sunday's action. But for now, it's Monday Night Football. And to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, the city of Seattle, known for coffee, grunge music, and, of course, rain. And we're definitely going to get a heavy dose of the last of those three here tonight as you look inside a wet and wild CenturyLink field. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Minnesota Vikings. This fielded at the 2. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day.
Here's Dalvin Cook, third year back from Florida State. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. Oh, nice spin.
Oh, that brought back bad memories.
So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. From the 45 on second down, Cousins. And Diggs has it. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. First down, here's the run with Cook. Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. On second down now, it's Cook. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
That'll be complete to Cook.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
Well, now they'll start 3 yards shy of midfield after that long 57-yard miss. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Got this complete to the rookie out of UMass, Andy Isabella. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. The second-year man from USC, this is Ronald Jones. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. He will find the rookie from Ole Miss. That's DK Metcalf. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19.
25.
Now Wilson on first down. This one caught by Isabella. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Andy Isabella. Touchdown number 18 on the year. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
This fielded at the 2. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The former #1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney. In there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side, the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. On 2nd and 9. Cousins, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. They go play action. Cousins. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
A pretty good-looking run there on first down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. The last run got 9. That leaves them with second and a yard. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10. On first down, Wilson. That ball complete to Isabella. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 43. From the shotgun to give to Jones. It's Everson Griffin who made the tackle. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Wilson. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 21. Wilson going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game.
Check 55, Mike.
Wilson. Wide open receiver complete. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Andy Isabella with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. He's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and that'll make the score 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And you see Dalvin Cook in the offense heading back out, and he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to just to get past that point.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, as you noted, there's still time, still opportunity. There's still more games to be played. So, yeah, it's not a lock, but barring injury, it certainly looks like he's going to get there. And what an accomplishment that is. Anytime you get over 1,000 yards, you're celebrated in the NFL.
It's been quite a season. Still a couple chapters left in that book, though. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And this is Cook with a grab. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. Now it's Lockett. A big kick that time, 52 yards. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving him a whole lot of credit and thanking him for that much space to run by.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Tackle made by Everson Griffin.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
On second down, it's Jones. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. To throw is Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. Fourth down. Here's Wilson. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. From the 32 now. Here's first and 10. Now it's Wilson. Dancing to his left. He's going to take off with it. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Touch 50, touch 50.
Looking to throw again on second down. Wilson. That's Isabella open on the right side. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here's first and goal, and gosh, points here. A chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. Now Jones. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal. And the ball situated at the 9. Second and goal. Now Wilson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Football continuing all December here on EA Sports. Coming up Thursday night, a good one from the Windy City. It ought to be a cold one, too. The Cowboys and the Bears from Soldier Field. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Bobby Wagner, the former second-rounder out of Utah State, with a sack. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Throwing, Cousins. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On third down, Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Cousins will throw it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him yet again. That is his third sack tonight. They can't figure him out. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. And he's going to go down again. Hassan Reddick able to record his 5th sack of the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On the carry, it's Cook. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our... And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Fielded about a yard deep. And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
On second and 9, Wilson is going to fire one deep over into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and say, guys, let's go. Come on, capitalize on this one.
And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now Cousins. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Play action now. Cousins. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10. And he's hit on his first 9 passes now in the ballgame. Cook. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8. Cousins from the gun on 3rd. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Bailey's kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll run it with Jones. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson. And that will be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll go with Jones. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Here's Wilson. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 21 yards. His big game continues. Already has the 3 touchdown grabs, tacking on some more yardage and a 1st down.
And how precise has his route running been in this game? We just saw him get open yet again, and he's also made adjustments as the defense has tried to really stop him.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. 2nd and 10 now from the 27.
You got tight right there. Check 15. Let's go. 14.
Throwing again. Wilson. That's going to be caught. Call that a very strong gain of 24. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time.
And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Ronald Jones, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Now, let's not forget that was all set up by the 4th down conversion earlier in the drive.
Would have been a complete letdown if the drive doesn't culminate this way, wouldn't it? If you're going to go for it on 4th down, your intention is to make sure you get a touchdown out of the drive, and that's exactly what they did. Converted, and then converted a 2nd time for 6 points.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And this offense trotting back onto the field. Let's turn our attention here to Ronald Jones. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone. And now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage. And, again, that second score here in the 3rd quarter. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. On 2nd and 1, Wilson. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete.
Official foul. Unnecessary roughness. Defense.
I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
Jones. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Here's Jones. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Ronald Jones, his 2nd TD of the game and 18th of the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
There's no doubt in my mind.
And do you hear that? Do you hear the...
It's not scales, right? I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's Ronald Jones that polishes it off with a touchdown run. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. To throw, Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefit.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Ezekiel Ansah make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Here's Britton Colquitt now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city. But in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. They'll go again to Jones. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. A good run as he works his way for 9 that time, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and just a few inches. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time. And he's across the chalk into the... Touchdown, Seahawks. Taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys continue to pour it on. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
So they are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. And now this pass brought in by Brown. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation.
Check curls, check curls, check curls.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm going to hit you all day.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Returnable for Lockett. A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Mike 55. Big stop.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Mike 55. 14. All day, every rotate. Front it. Check 52.
2nd and 5 now. Wilson. This one caught by Isabella. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 45-yard line. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. This is Jones. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Now Jones. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Go 14.
Wilson wants to throw it. They'll roll him out right. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. A give to Jones. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because it certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that will extend this big lead. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it's Ronald Jones that polishes it off with a touchdown run. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play